With Thunderbolts, Superman, and the Fantastic Four, 2025 has been an amazing year for superhero movies, but there's a lot more to look forward to. Let's dive straight into the world of superpowered saviors and see what Hollywood has in store for us. But before we get ahead of ourselves, we have a teeny tiny request. Please subscribe to Marvelous Videos. It means an awful lot to us, and it means we get to make more marvelous videos in the future. Done? Let's begin.
Just some dude with a
The Toxic Avenger. Right at the top of our list, we have Toxie, the Toxic Avenger. Directed by Macon Blair, The Toxic Avenger Unrated stars Peter Dinklage as the voice and pre-mutation Toxie, with Luisa Guerrero stepping in to play Toxie under heavy prosthetics after his transformation. Though the movie premiered on September 21st, 2023 at Fantastic Fest, it failed to win over distributors. Many industry players believe this movie is going to be unreleasable because of its graphic content and gore, something that's obviously not for everyone. Eventually, Cineverse acquired the rights, and you can hope to see Toxie in theaters by the 29th of August this year. The Toxic Avenger is a remake of the original 1984 film directed by Michael Herz and Lloyd Kaufman. The popularity of the janitor-turned-superhero spawned an entire franchise. The 2023 version is going to follow a similar origin story with Winston Goose, a janitor who transforms into a mutated superhero after a freak accident. The meek janitor who hesitated to do the right thing ends up taking on the responsibility, with the help of his mutation, to not only save the world from corrupt billionaires who don't care about the body count on their way to earnings, but also to reconnect with his son, Wade. Critics who were lucky enough to see the film promise you won't be disappointed if you're looking for a silly, gory, and entertaining time, so mark your calendars. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Created by Otto Binder and Al Plastino, Kara Zor-El has lived a lot of lives in the DC universe. Kara's most interesting story arc was explored by artist Bill Key Evely and writer Tom King's miniseries, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Nominated for the Best Limited Series Eisner Award in 2022, Woman of Tomorrow narrates Supergirl's quest across space with Krypto the dog by her side, Ruthie Mary Knoll, who enlisted her help to slay Krem of the Yellow Hills, a villain who killed Ruthie's father. This miniseries is now being adapted into a movie directed by Craig Gillespie with Millie Alcock, who you might recognize from House of the Dragon, donning the cape to play the 21-year-old superhero. James Gunn has confirmed that this version of Supergirl we're going to see is the one who was raised on Argo City, a lucky chunk of Krypton that didn't get destroyed with the planet. Argo City unfortunately bit the dust, and her parents decided to ship her off to Earth, where her cousin, Superman, had already found a loving home. Gunn also mentioned that Supergirl and Superman would have contrasting characters, as Superman grew up in a loving home with a positive outlook, while Supergirl witnessed the destruction of her home planet and the death of her parents. The movie isn't going to be a completely faithful adaptation, as there have been some mentions of characters that weren't found in the miniseries. One of them is Lobo, the intergalactic bounty hunter about to be played by Jason Momoa. You can catch Supergirl in theaters in 2026. Blade! Eric Cross Brooks is one of the most badass characters to ever be written into a comic book. Created by Marv Wolfman and Gene Colan, Brooks has been ridding the world of vampires using his silver sword as Blade, the vampire hunter. Eric's mother Tara had been attacked by a vampire, Deacon Frost, moments before she gave birth to Eric, and the vampire's enzyme turned Eric into a part vampire. This gave him immunity against vampires, which aided in his quest to kill them all. Blade's story has been previously adapted into a trilogy starring Wesley Snipes in the titular role, and there was even a TV show, Blade the Series, starring Sticky Fingers. It seemed that the Marvel Cinematic Universe was ready to accept Blade into their multiverse in the form of Mahershala Ali when his voice was heard in a post-credit scene in Eternals. The new Blade film was announced in 2019 and was expected to hit theaters in late 2023, but nothing much has come of it yet. There are rumors that the movie is to be set in the 1920s and that Mia Goth was set to play Lilith, the mother of all demons. Ruth E. Carter, the costume designer for Sinners, was all ready to design some super cool costumes for Blade. Many are also of the belief that it has been cancelled, only Marvel doesn't want to own up to it. Mahershala Ali simply asked fans to go to Marvel with their questions, as he's ready to play the sword-swinging vampire hunter. When asked about the movie, Kevin Feige said that though it wasn't cancelled, they haven't been able to confirm a script as of yet because they want it to be unique. Will Marvel ever get its unique Blade script? Only time will tell. Spider-Man! Brand New Day! Spider-Man 4, or Spider-Man Brand New Day, directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, is ready to add on to the Spider-Man lore with a script written by Eric Sommers and Chris McKenna. With Tom Holland, Zendaya, and Jacob Batalon ready to reprise their roles as Spider-Man, MJ, and Ned Leeds, the rumor mill has been tirelessly theorizing about the possibilities. The story is set right after Peter Parker was erased from everyone's memory due to Doctor Strange's spell, and it follows Peter trying to begin a new chapter in his life as not just a vigilante superhero, but as a responsible college student with a part-time job. Peter's work-life hero balance, however, is thrown into jeopardy when a powerful new threat emerges and he's forced to fight the foe with the help of new allies. The foe is most likely set to be Scorpion, aka Mac Gargan, played by Michael Mando, who is likely back for revenge as Spidey had him arrested in Homecoming. The allies mentioned are rumored to be the Punisher, Frank Castle, and the Hulk, Bruce Banner, who have been confirmed to make an appearance in the film. With Sadie Sink and Liza Colin-Zayas being confirmed as cast members, we can't help but theorize who they're going to play. Let us know your guesses in the comments down below. The fourth Spider-Man movie of the MCU is expected to be in theaters on July 31st, 2026. Clayface. Clayface is a gray character in every sense of the word. Created by Bill Finger and Bob Kane, Clayface used to be Matt Hagen, a B-list actor who had finished his time in the limelight and desperately wanted to stay relevant. He decides to try out a substance that completely changes his body into clay with the ability to change his shape and form to whatever he wants. Tom Rhys-Harries is set to portray this sometimes villain and sometimes ally of Batman in the film Clayface, to be released on September 11, 2026. Though there hasn't been any official news yet, Naomi Ackie, the actress known for Mickey 17 and Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, is apparently a favorite for the female lead role. With a script from Mike Flanagan, who's delivered some of the best of modern horror, Clayface is to be helmed by director James Watkins. The road to release has not been an easy one for Clayface, as there have been many cancellation rumors, but it's great to finally see a release date. Avengers Doomsday. When Robert Downey Jr. was announced as the diabolical Doctor Doom, Marvel fans rejoiced, but there's something more exciting. RDJ's Doctor Doom is set to be the main villain of Avengers Doomsday, which is set a year and 2 months after the events of Thunderbolts. Downey really is giving his all to the MCU as he turned down the chance to be in Nolan's 2026 epic, The Odyssey, to star in Doomsday. The movie is to be the showdown of the century with the Wakandans, the New Avengers, the X-Men, and the Fantastic Four teaming up to fight Doctor Doom. So far, an entire battalion of characters has said to appear in the movie. This list includes Sam Wilson, the new Captain America, Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, Thor, the God of Thunder, Bucky Barnes, the former Winter Soldier, Shuri, Wakanda's biggest brain, Scott Lang, Ant-Man, John Walker, the U.S. Agent, Namor, the King of Atlantis, Ben Grimm, the Thing, Shang-Chi, the Master of Martial Arts, Yelena Belova, the White Widow, Hank McCoy, the Beast, Charles Xavier, Professor X, and Scott Summers as Cyclops. If Doc Doom really is the global threat that Marvel claims, we might even see Professor X and Magneto putting aside their differences to take him on. It would also be exciting to see Shang-Chi and Steve Rogers again, as they haven't made an appearance in the recent phase of movies. There's also a good chance that we get to see Molecule Man in this movie, as the first look of Doctor Doom released by the studios shows some traits of Molecule Man. Owen Reese, the Molecule Man, was an essential part of Doctor Doom's plan to save the multiverse and create Battleworld in the Secret Wars event, which happened in the comics. Avengers Doomsday will be the 39th film in the MCU and will be directed by the Russo brothers, Anthony and Joe. It's scheduled to hit theaters on December 18th, 2026. The Batman 2. The 2022 movie, The Batman, directed by Matt Reeves, introduced Robert Pattinson as the new Batman after Ben Affleck dropped out of the project. Pattinson pleasantly surprised audiences with his depiction of the brooding Dark Knight and is set to star in the trilogy called Batman Epic Crime Saga. The Batman 2, the second movie in the trilogy, will not be a part of the main DCU spearheaded by James Gunn. Director Matt Reeves is going to return for the project, as will actors Robert Pattinson, Andy Serkis, Jeffrey Wright, Zoe Kravitz, and Colin Farrell as Bruce Wayne, Alfred Pennyworth, James Gordon, Selina Kyle, and the Penguin, respectively. There have been rumors that the main villain is going to be Harvey Dent or Two-Face, and that the setting of the movie will be in winter. With the release date of the film pushed to October 1st, 2027, all we can do is wait to find out more about this exciting film. Spider-Man: Beyond the Spider-Verse. The Spider-Verse trilogy is possibly the most exciting Marvel project right now. The animation is exciting, the story is new and original, and the characters are all well-rounded and likable. The final movie in this trilogy, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, is in the works now as we speak, and it'll be released on June 25th, 2027. You can expect to hear the voices of Shameik Moore and Haley Steinfeld through Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy as Miles tries to return to his universe and save his family. The movie acts as a direct sequel to Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and hopefully answers all the confusing questions the movie left behind. Directed by Bob Persichetti and Justin K. Thompson, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse has done a good job of keeping most of the information around it under wraps. As soon as we get any additional info, we'll be letting you know. Avengers: Secret Wars. The final film of the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Phase 6 is set to be Avengers: Secret Wars. The Russo brothers will direct this film as well, and screenwriter Michael Waldron is tapped in to write a script for the film. December 17, 2027 is the scheduled date for the theatrical release of Avengers: Secret Wars. It's no secret to fans of Marvel that the studio goes to great lengths to hide spoilers. Since the scheduled release date is so far out, it's also safe to say that many people involved in the project aren't likely to know much about it yet. We don't know much about the plot as of yet, but if it follows the comic books, Doctor Doom is going to save the multiverse and put together a planet called Battleworld with all the scraps that are left over. Of course, Doom made himself God King of this planet, and we expect a similar role for Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom. Avengers: Doomsday is likely to give us some hints towards the plot of Secret Wars, but until it releases, our comment boxes are open to your theories. Marvelous Verdict! That's our list of all the biggest superhero movies that we're really looking forward to. Which movie are you anticipating the most? For us, it's probably Avengers: Doomsday. We're big Doctor Doom fans, and we're really excited to see what Robert Downey Jr. is going to do with this character. However, let us know which movie you're the most excited about in the comments down below, and if you like this video, be sure to let us know by tapping that thumbs up. We'll be back soon with more marvelous content, but until then, thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and have a marvelous day.